So just bear through all the steps and you'll end up with a really juicy piece of chicken.
Are you the chef?
Okay, so you can take a picture of this setup if you want, because you're going to want to set up something like this on your station. And then grab, I would say 2 chicken breasts per table, so you're going to need 2 saute pans, right? And then you're going to want to dry your chicken breast off. Why do we dry the breast off? Safety. You're all saying the same thing, right? Yeah, that's it. Good. Okay, so there's our chicken breast. Whenever you cook, do you guys ever have stuff stick to the pan when you're cooking? All right, I'm going to show you how to never do that again. It's super easy. I can't believe that's still an issue. So this is how you do it. Your pan is metal. It's porous. Okay, there's lines in there from the scrubbies, there's pits and grooves in there, there's pores in there. So you put it on the heat, right now it's on 8, and you let it heat up without anything in there. And a lot of times I see people put oil in the pan and they try and save a step by doing that. It won't work. First thing you have to do is expand all the pores that are in the metal. Make everything in there really, really big. Okay? So that's good and hot. Then you're going to fill all those holes with oil, preferably something that's a little bit high smoke point, high flash point. Meaning you don't want to put whole butter in there, right? It'll just burn and smoke, and it's not so bueno. Or really nice olive oil. There's a difference between finishing olive oil and cooking olive oil. You can cook with olive oil. Just don't use the stuff that's not filtered. It'll just get really bitter and it's not good. Okay? So let your pan heat up. And this is what it looks like.
How long does that take?
6 hours. No, I would say, sorry, I'd be a little sarcastic. Too much coffee. Especially to you, though. It's mostly you. Just take it.
I had that effect on before.
Good. Probably like 4 minutes, 3 minutes, somewhere in there. But really let it heat up. A little bit louder.
What do you think of cooking with coconut oil?
Coconut oil? Do you want your food to taste like coconuts? Then do it.
Okay.
When I do my coconut shrimp, coconut oil.
But it has a high one.
Yeah, coconut oil is good. Yeah, I mean everybody's using it now for everything. Like people are using soap.
Yeah.
Everybody's using coconut oil for everything. It's crazy. It's good. So we're expanding the metal. We're going to put some oil in there, and then let the oil heat up until you see something called a shimmer. And it'll look like the oil's kind of doing this Doppler effect thing, or sometimes it looks like lines on the side. I'll show you what that looks like if you want to come close. You don't put too much oil in there. That's plenty of oil. And then we don't have a shimmer yet. You don't want your oil smoking. If you're cooking in oil that's like big smoking, it's going to taste, your food's going to taste burned and very bitter. That's a no-no. Okay? So we've expanded all the metal. Now we're filling all the holes, and now we're waiting for the right temperature. I don't see any shimmering yet. So I'm in like the 8-9 range on the numbers. If you put your chicken right in here right now, it would stick. So it's just knowing what to look for. That's the key. Okay, I'm starting to see it move a little bit. Did you see that? You see it? See it move? Yeah. Maybe. Okay, come on. You don't see the lines right there? You see the lines coming down?
Like light.
That's kind of looking like a... See the lines?
Oh,
Yeah! You didn't believe me at first. But he's lying. He's crazy. He's just really crazy today. I mean, we know he's crazy, but he's really crazy today. So you see it? Can you guys see it? Seriously, do you see it? Come close. You should see this. It's amazing. See the lines right up here? Okay, I'm not going to wait any longer. You can try this at home and just stare at it. You can see it. Okay, now it's really important that you dry your chicken. This morning, when students were doing this, some people at the tables didn't dry their chicken very well, and they were getting splattered everywhere. I mean, it's going to splatter regardless, but they were like popping and yelling and screaming, and it was funny. Okay, so you take your chicken breast skin side, make sure it's nice and covered around there, around. Okay, then you're going to lay it down away from you. Okay, I don't want to burn you, but yeah, you want to step back just a little bit. Because I'm going to lay it down away from you. Make sure nobody's on the other side. Okay? Now watch. Is it sticking?
No.
It's not rocket science, it's just science. So then you lay it down. And then this is the hardest part right here. Don't touch it.
Maybe another onion
Okay, so you'll notice the splattering going around. That's kind of normal. So just kind of steward your area, clean it up as you go. And then, you know, it's going to pop on your hand and it'll sting a little bit, but if you want to wear gloves, you can. That's not a bad idea. But right now, what we're doing, we're on like number 9. You hear the high popping sound? That's what you want. If it's not doing that, you're not high enough. The reason why we start off, heat the pan up, put the oil in, let the oil get hot, dry your chicken, lay it down, is because we want the heat from the pan to start creating a browning effect. It's called a Maillard reaction on the chicken skin. Okay? Did you smell? Can you smell the chicken now? It didn't smell like that before. It smells like that because we're applying really high heat to it, and it's creating a browning Maillard reaction. This is flavor development. Very, very important. When people try and heat up chicken, they don't necessarily know what they're doing, and they're just heating it up. And that's different than cooking. Cooking is a method. You're doing it on purpose, not a happy accident or a not happy accident. Every time you do it purposely. And it takes time to do this is a big breast, so it's going to take a while for this to cook. But we're trying to develop underneath some color, so you're going to get a little bit of color there. But you got to leave it there for about 60-65% of the cooking time. It's going to be on there for a while. For 2 reasons. One is to develop the browning aromas and taste underneath. And 2 is to render all the fat that's just underneath the skin. Okay, when you get a piece of chicken breast with skin on it and it's all rubbery like bologna, that's not sexy. Okay, but if it's nice and crisp like a crackling on top, that's sexy. So you want to give it the time it needs to get all the chicken fat rendered out of there, and it gets really brown and crispy, and it's going to take some time until it's done. You will know. Because you have these things. And then you look. Not done yet. Right? If I tell you 9 minutes, it doesn't really mean anything. You know what color to look for, then you can cook for life. Question?
Yeah, since all the fat is like coming off the skin side, does that make it take longer to cook on when you flip it over, then it'll have to like cook through the fat too? Or does it like speed it up? Or does
Nope. Nope. It won't do that. You want to cook it most of the time on here for presentation and for texture on the skin, and then you're actually going to watch it. See how it's cooking? You can actually see it moving up the heat. It's white underneath there.
Yeah.
That's the protein coagulated. So this is not coagulated, and that is. So look, we're getting good color on there, right? Not done yet.
And you have not changed the heat at all.
Don't change your heat until you get the good color. All right, while we're waiting, I want you guys to go and set up. Don't cook your chicken yet, but I want you to get set up with everything you see here on your station. You can share oil, you can share salt and pepper and stuff, but you should all have a little bit of butter, like that much butter, and this much time on your station. A knife, cutting board, towel underneath, thermometer, a spoon, and tongs, and then come on back.